Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're okay. I thought I'd do another reaction video because it seems that you guys like that on my channel. So anyway, I've got this video to see. It's called American Things That Confuse British People by those two Brits. So, let's play.
Hi, we're Joel and Leah, and today we are talking about things that confuse the beep out of British people. American things, I should say.
American things, yeah, not just any old things. Obviously, it's going to be American.
Can we just say before, to any loyal members here, we got an email from a fake fan saying, "Hi, your jingle is needs updating. It's really bad, and I can update that for you."
Yeah, for just.
It's not. I actually like it.
$10.
Well, I'd like to see someone create a better jingle than that.
Yeah.
With $10.
Exactly.
Exactly. Do you know what? I'm sure there are people that don't like it. But if we change that jingle, there will be uproar. Just like when we got rid of the J&L behind us.
Uproar.
Uproar. And we've just had to stay strong and be like, no, the J&L behind us have gone.
Yeah.
Who was there for that? Come on.
Show yourself.
Show yourself.
Come on.
Who was there? Who was there when it was a J&L? Identify yourself.
Yeah, that was uproar. There's
Yeah.
a reason McDonald's is. I'm loving it. Have they always been that? I don't know.
So.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're staying the same. We don't need a new jingle.
Da, 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 da.
That's so Joel and Leah.
So J&L. Right.
Anyway,
back to the video.
before we start, if you're new here, please subscribe. We post videos thrice weekly. We make things all about cultural things, the US, the UK.
Language, accents, all sorts of things.
Everything. You'll love it. So click subscribe. It's quite free. And
it's quite,
Quite
free. Unless you're someone who has YouTube Premium. Ooh!
Which I do at the moment. It's amazing.
How much is that setting you back a month?
Well, it's $11.99 a month, but I got a 3-month free trial because I did a favour for YouTube, and they were like,
good.
"Here you go as a gift, have 3 months free." And oh my gosh, it is amazing.
It's the best thing ever.
It's so good. No adverts. Like, you can shut your phone.
I want to do favours for them 3 times a year.
I
for
know.
however long.
I know. I just did like a
this.
product feed about the amount of
Toilet bowl water.
Yeah, that's
Toilet bowl water.
Toilet bowl water. I mean, in America, it's pretty much full to the brim.
Yeah, that is shocking, isn't it? It's always a shock when you lift the lid in the US and you go, whoa.
So in March 2023, I was in New York for 6 days, and I stayed in a hostel in New York near Central Park, and I don't think there was much toilet water in the toilet, to be honest. The toilets in America are unlike anything here. My mind was blown at the speediness of the flush when you press the button. But as far as the water is concerned, there was very little. We do have a lot of toilet water in our toilets in the UK. Don't know why, just a fact.
It looks like there's a blockage here, but it isn't, that's just normal.
In the UK, we'll try and insert a photo of what it's like in the UK. It's just a very small pool of water.
Yeah, that you must look at it and think, there's not enough water in this.
Yeah.
And we look at yours and go,
there's
something wrong here.
But do you know what? I prefer the American way because you get less skid marks. I'm sorry, everyone's thinking it.
It was gonna come out. It came out.
Apparently, they probably don't need toilet brushes.
Wow. The pure lays.
Yeah.
the
Amazing.
lays.
Because it just never hits the sides. Anyway, that's a new one.
Nice conversation. Yeah. Like I say, the toilets over in America are just another level compared to ours. I mean, I was in a cheap hostel in New York City, and to be mesmerised by the technology of the toilets was something I never ever expected to know or see. I think in some respects, America is ahead of us in some ways, and also vice versa. I think we're ahead of Americans in some other aspects as well. But yeah, toilets. Need I say more? Anyway.
That is a new one, actually.
I hope you're not eating.
Okay, if anyone's eating, put your food down. If you're drinking, spit out your tea.
Yeah, honestly.
Because when you go for a dump,
Yeah.
we never call it a dump. That's so strange.
I
When you
quite
go
like
for
that,
a
though.
dump
Dump,
in the UK.
yeah. When you drop the kids off at school.
When you drop the kids off,
Yeah.
there's signs of it on the bowl,
Yeah.
and there's that little brush by the loo that you used to.
Which I only learnt what that was for about a year ago.
Joe was literally like in 2020.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I think you
no,
taught me
it was Lucy.
Or was it
I've known that all my life. A toilet brush is to clean the crap off the toilet bowl. How did he not know that? I mean, when I was a kid, I lived in a predominantly female house with females, so I guess I was already educated on that. But yeah, how on earth did he not know a toilet brush is to clean the shit off the toilet bowl? Anyway.
Lucy that taught me?
No,
Yes, someone
Lucy
taught
mentioned
me
it, and I was like, hang on a minute, have you just
Yeah.
been surrounded by fairies your entire life?
Yeah.
You were like, it just went. And I was
just-
like, well, that was
yeah.
probably like your mum or your other housemates,
Yeah.
like cleaning it up.
It must be. I've never
Amazing.
cleaned a toilet before until now, and so now I know what it's like to clean a toilet.
Anyway, it was hysterical. That's, biggest difference, bowl water, pros and cons.
Yeah.
We prefer the US, it just takes a while to get
does.
used to it.
It's just a shock when you lift the lid.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
moving from that to food. Delicious food.
Food.
Speaking of food, when I was in America, in New York, the portions were so big. I mean, I went to McDonald's, which I typically do when I go to places around the world. The chips, the fries, were huge. I mean, the burger portions were the same as the UK, but the pizzas, man, the pizzas were absolutely huge. I went to the Bleecker Street Pizza in New York twice because it was so good. The pizzas were just so damn good. I want to go back to New York again. I really enjoyed my time there. Anyway.
We're actually really hungry. We're going to
Yeah.
go for food after this. Breadsticks. In the UK,
Yeah.
they're a bit dry. You know, they snap. They're very thin, long and thin. In America, do you remember having these at Olive Garden?
Yeah, I remember.
The garlicky...
How can I forget?
Honestly.
Are you
They're
joking?
stunning, aren't they?
You were like, we're going to have breadsticks at Olive Garden. I was like, that's the most boring thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was in for some dry
Yeah.
like
that.
toast.
Yeah, that's what we have in the UK, breadsticks. In the US, I never really had, well, baguettes, as we call them in Britain and France, I guess. But they're more like baguettes. I never had that in New York. In the UK, breadsticks aren't really a thing. Well, in the shops they are, but yeah, typically we would buy some dips, cheese dips or salsa dips, and dip those breadsticks into the sauce and then eat them. I wouldn't know how you do that in the US. No idea. But they're more like baguettes. You put margarine on them and you eat them as part of like maybe a starter or part of the meal. When I was in Paris, I got either a free bottle of water or a stack of steel baguette bread, which was lovely. It's nice that you could get these things for free in Paris. In the US, not so much. I'm sure that would be added to your bill at the end of the meal. Or in talking about tips are an absolute nightmare in America. Luckily, when I was in New York, I paid by card, and when you do that, the tip is with the payment. It's included with the payment, so I didn't have to about with tips and cash. You know, just pay by card. It's easier that way. I guess it's the times we're living in right now. People are buying things on card rather than cash. Anyway.
Worth it. I mean, they're fine. Dipped in hummus. Stunning.
I thought he meant cracker, like a, you know what I mean? We'll insert pics, but
hummus.
Really, it was a doughy ball of doughy baguette, not a baguette.
Well, kind of a baguette. A soft,
it was soft,
warm, garlicky, salty.
That's what I like. I'm not interested in.
And also, when I was in New York, there was a lot of immigrants working in restaurants. I have nothing against immigrants at all. If they pay their taxes. But these restaurants were like Mexican, Spanish, you know, in variety. And I love that sort of thing. Even when I'm in Spain, I go to a Spanish restaurant and you appreciate the culture, the food. You know, I love a good paella when I'm in Spain. So yeah, I guess a country that's founded by immigrants makes the country better. I don't think Donald Trump would approve of that, but it's true. We are all descendants of immigrants at the end of the day.
Interested in a crusty roll.
No.
It needs to be soft, gooey, and covered in garlic butter.
It was sick. And then I think we ate like 5 of them, and then he came back and said, "Do you want more?" And we were like, "Yes." What?
I thought there was a Pizza Hut across the street, and it reminded me of the time me and you went to that Pizza Hut, and I think we had something garlicky, but it didn't meet up to our standards.
And we sent it
back. And I just thought was it that one down there? But
there is one on the Strand, but I think it's further down.
I just had a memory. I had to act on instinct. Anyway.
Should we?
Should we?
But yeah, that's it was stunning.
Yeah, stunning.
Warm,
absolutely
salty,
stunning.
garlicky, doughy.
Yeah, and I remember people being like, "Ew, Olive Garden." And I was like, "You're joking? Like, no shade, please. Why did you get shade for taking me, your best friend, to Olive Garden?"
I have no. It's all the snobby people that watch us, and if you're watching this, you know who you are. I mean, there's no shade. We're snobby sometimes.
Right, snobs, stand up.
Stand up, honestly.
Stand up, snobs.
I'm all for it, but I'm not a snob when it comes to food.
I'm not a snob. I like the finer things in life, but I'm not a snob at all. Anyway.
No, you're not.
No.
You're really not.
I love all food equally.
I know. Yeah. Brilliant.
Oh, me too. I love all foods. Italian, Indian, Chinese, you know, Lebanese. You name it, I love it.
Yeah. Even out like trash.
Yeah, literally.
Anyway, what's next?
Right, what's next? Okay, we've spoken about this before. It's the way that TV show timings are displayed in America. What the frick is...
Yes. I did figure this out years ago, but to me, 8-7C doesn't mean a single thing to me. I can't remember what it was. Nah, not a clue. This is how the Americans display times of shows. Not a clue.
Is 8/7C.
Someone told us it's to do with the zones because it's so big.
That's right. The time zones. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
It's either 8 there or it's 7 there. Something like that.
But then there's more than 2 time zones. So who's being left out?
Someone's being left out.
So someone grows up maybe in the middle of America, and when they see 8/7,
there's like 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 time zones in America, I think. Could be wrong, but I know that say San Francisco is like 4 hours away from New York or something like that. But here in Britain, just one time zone. And it does change once a year from British summertime to winter time, which is only an hour plus or minus. So, but yeah, these 8-7C, I didn't have a clue until I realised it's got to do with the time zones.
7, they're like, okay, for me that must be
5.
Yeah.
That is sad.
That's really sad.
I mean, because we just live on a little island, so it's one time fits all.
Yeah.
You know, city's on at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. for
9
everyone.
PM. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't imagine having to do the maths.
No. Well,
That's
must be
awesome.
Americans must be very clever.
Yeah, they must be.
So-
Do you know why else they're clever?
Why?
Because they've got to add sales tax onto everything they buy.
my
Imagine
gosh.
going around
Yeah.
the shop. I mean, like, okay, that's $50, but after tax, I'm looking at about 67.
Yeah.
When I was in Times Square in New York, the merchandise shops, the stuff in there was so expensive. I think I paid like $60 for three little things. I think it was a Statue of Liberty, something else, fridge magnets as well. So I thought that was absolutely extortionate, but I'm only here the once, so I thought, what the hell, I'll just pay it. Why not?
That's horrendous.
That's really
See,
good.
I didn't even add it up correctly because I don't have to do that on a regular basis.
No, we just see a price and pay it.
Yeah,
So you guys are clever. Well done.
well done. One clap for America.
We do pay VAT though, on everything that we buy online, shops. There's always a VAT on top of the price, so in some way it's more or less the same. When I go to Spain, when I go to America, when I go to Australia, I'm always hit with a tax. The tax, it varies in price, but this of course is like the tax you'd pay normally for the roads, hospitals, schools, that sort of thing. Anyway.
The next one, the lack of electric kettles. Can you relate?
Yeah,
Can you cope?
Yes. Most Americans don't have kettles because the electrical input is lower than the UK. So it would take longer to boil a kettle in America than it would in the UK. So what they do is they just put some water in a pan and boil it on the cooker. Which is more or less the same sort of time. But of course, Americans don't really drink tea that much, to my knowledge. But yeah, electric kettles are, let's say, sparse in America.
You know when girls that are wearing loads of makeup are like,
Yeah.
it's really,
Oh my gosh.
it's really
See,
sad.
The first thing we did in this hotel room.
Put the
stick
kettle
your
on. So this is what you get.
Go
Shall
on
I
then.
just show you?
Yeah, we'll do a haul.
So you trying to tell me in a hotel room in the United States
Yeah.
you wouldn't get one of them? You seriously trying to tell me?
Guys, this.
Well, you would, but again, the electrical circuitry is less than ours, so it would take longer. It would take maybe a minute or so longer to boil a kettle in the US via the outlet, the plug, than it would in the UK. Plus, they don't drink tea that much, Americans. Whereas we in the UK, we love our tea, coffee. So I think most Americans are missing out on tea because tea is just lovely, bit of sugar and some milk. Anyway.
This is such a simple contraption, and I'm just like, why don't Americans have these much more often? Because it's not like it's expensive. It's not like it's like a real luxury.
Pick that up, £15 from Argos.
And you know what? We get Americans saying to us, "I can't believe you dry your clothes on a horse." Not an actual horse.
Imagine.
Like a clothes horse. Because all Brits dry their clothes on the horse.
Now I'm just going to end this video right now. So, to reiterate, Americans have better toilets than we have. Well, more fancy ones that flush better. I got my bathroom updated in February, and I'm constantly having issues with the toilet regarding the tissue and the feces. So I'm having to keep using the plunger. But in America, not a problem. These flushes are so powerful that I was just blown away by the thing. As for food, the food in America is bigger. Probably explains why there's an obesity crisis over there. I just couldn't believe the size of the pizza over there I had. It was just massive. And also the portion sizes as well are just massive. As for the TV timings, anyone who's not American would just be confused about that. But what it relates to is the time difference. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 different time zones in America. That's why there's 2 different times on the thing. And lastly, the reason Americans don't have kettles is because 1, they don't drink as much tea as we do, and 2, the power they have isn't as much as we have here in the UK. So it would take them a lot longer to boil a kettle than it would here. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.